Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're a new viewer, then welcome to my channel. Today I was watching a documentary, I guess one of these smaller documentaries from someone on YouTube. I totally forgot his name. Go figure. But I'll put it on screen because the video was, first of all, it was really good, and I obviously think that you should go check out this guy's channel. But the thing is, the video was about streamers and people getting basically like way too close with them. And I don't know if you guys know anybody like that, but I have known probably one or two people online specifically that have kind of grown too personally attached to people that don't know them. And I kind of wanted to talk about that today because it is becoming a problem, especially on Twitch. If it already hasn't been a problem for the past like what, I don't know, 5 years plus. I mean, the video even talks about how it affects children and whatnot. But again, go check out the video if you want to see it. But basically, I've noticed that a lot of people who watch streams tend to use them as like background noise or as entertainment, of course, because that's what live streams are, which and that's what they should be used for. They should be used as background noise or entertainment. I personally use commentary videos as background noise. Like I listen to the Weekly Slap, which Jay Schlatt is now back, thank God. I've missed that guy forever. And I like to listen to Critical or whatnot in the background. This is on YouTube primarily. I don't actually watch live streams that much. I tend to try to not to, just because like donation noises are really obnoxious and whatnot. But again, that's what these people should be used for, basically entertainment or background noise, if that's just kind of the person you are. Like if you play video games, like I like to play video games and listen to commentaries in the background, so that's just what I put commentaries on for. But the problem comes into play when you start to use these creators as personal attachment rather than just entertainment. And that's what the documentary commented on heavily. That's actually basically what the entire thing was about. And I wanted to get on here and say that you shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't be trying to develop some kind of personal relationship with someone behind a camera. But understandably, people do get attached to other people. And when you have someone's face in front of you, like on a face cam in a live stream, and they're talking directly to their chat, or even, God forbid, they respond to your question in a chat, or they respond to what you say in chat, it's going to develop this incredibly personal relationship with you. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But the thing is, it gets to a point where people start to really envelop that kind of attention and really start to think that this person who's streaming, kind of knows like who you are personally. It's kind of hard for me personally to explain it because this isn't how I view live streams. But if you go online and look at any people in like Amaranth's chat, Pokemon's chat, XQC, there's a lot of people in those chats that just kind of give off this vibe of knowing the streamer personally, or even, you can look up basically confession videos on YouTube of people talking about how involved they are in live streams. Guys, streamers don't know who you are. I'm sorry to say, I don't know who you are. You're watching my video right now, and I don't know who you are. And even though I appreciate the fact that you're watching my video and you're giving me the time of your day to watch this video and, I guess gain a view whether or not you dislike it or like it, I don't know who you are. I'm here for entertainment. I'm mostly here for background noise because my gameplay is not very great either. But I think it's important to know that these people don't know who you are regardless of how connected you may feel with them. But one of the ways that people tend to try and gain this kind of connection or get in touch with a celebrity or whatnot is by donating. And so sometimes you'll get these people who donate incredibly large amounts of money with a message being displayed on screen, typically like text-to-speech. I'm sure you guys have seen that stuff, in order to ask a personal question or have a specific question answered, or just basically try and connect. And some people will spend hundreds of dollars, especially to female streamers, trying to get as close as possible with them. I mean, there was a whole problem with Pokimane and trying not to admit that she had a boyfriend, and whether or not she had one, I don't really care personally, but that was a pretty big debacle that was going on. And like to think about that is just insane to me, that that's a huge selling point for Pokimane. And I'm not calling her out or anything. She's a great streamer, at least in my opinion, but that was a point of contention for a while. And it's good to call that out because it does, I guess it fuels my argument. A specific few people will try to use money to try and gain their way into some celebrity's like personal circle. And that's horrendous because all it does is create an awkward vibe. I mean, even in the documentary, they were talking about how anybody who gets donated like $100 or beyond that, which I'm sure you guys have seen other people donate over like $1,000 to some streamers, basically asking a question or asking for a favor or something like that, the streamer then kind of feels inclined to have to do it because of the amount of money that was sent their way for just being a streamer, and it's manipulative, and it's really, really fucked up. You can't just buy your way into people's lives. I don't really care who you are. That's just not how the world works. Just because you spend money on someone, or just because you give money to someone, doesn't mean that whatever you ask for in the future or whatever has to 100% be done. It kind of has to be within reason. Like, don't go donating money to some streamer and then immediately be like, hey, go like all of my videos on YouTube and follow me. Like, that's just not how this works. That's really just not how streaming works. And what's funny is that the majority of these people who are doing this kind of thing tend to be lonely. They tend to be lonely and tend to have some kind of mental health, I wouldn't say crisis, but mental health problem. Typically depression. That's one of the biggest ones, actually, when it comes to streaming or people who view streams. And it's so easy to develop some kind of rabbit hole when you're depressed and you're viewing somebody on a stream who's trying to connect with their audience, and you get even more connected with them, and you ask questions, and you're in the chat constantly, and they're responding to you, and this and that. And it's so easy to develop a personal connection with someone when they don't even know what you look like, even though you know what they look like. And of course, it's good to have favorite streamers, obviously. Like, I have favorite streamers and favorite YouTubers, but not once in my life have I ever thought, I wonder if this person and I could like be best friends or something like that. Like, it's purely entertainment. And the fact that some people think that it can be more than that is, I guess it makes sense, but in reality, just like, it's uncomfortable. All it does is make people feel awkward. So if you do have some kind of mental health problem and you tend to rely on streamers to get you like to not be lonely anymore or to not be depressed, but you're taking it to this specific level, I don't think that's healthy. I think that you should get help. I don't think that relying on people who don't know who you are is a good way to fix any mental health problem that you may have. I mean, if you're lonely, obviously there's things you can do about that, and maybe at night if you're lonely, putting on a stream is not a bad idea, but again, bringing it to these levels is just uncomfortable for everyone. So put your mental health first, like, please. Maybe spending more time in front of a screen is the worst idea you can do, and that's not a solution. The only way I can kind of throw myself into this personally is through TikTok. If you don't know my TikTok, it's Positive Pressure. I'm at 95.2K right now. I'm approaching 100,000 followers, and that's like the coolest thing in the world. But the only thing that I can kind of, I guess, bridge the gap between what people have been experiencing online as popular streamers and the content that I produce is that sometimes I'll get messages on Instagram, because my Instagram at least was linked with my TikTok. I don't really post on Instagram, which is why I unlinked it. But I would get DMs specifically from people who viewed my content, and some of them were just normal questions, which were great. But then others were just kind of uncomfortable, best friend vibey, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I'll just kind of get one of these messages where people will feel like they know me. And just so you know, I don't respond to those. I don't at all. I actually delete them because they're uncomfortable for me. But like, that's the only bridge I can really bring about this situation and the content that I produce. But it's uncomfortable. I don't even experience it to the degree that most other streamers do. Like, you should know that this is all fake. The shows you watch are fake. The live streams you watch, they're fake. The videos on TikTok, which I'm sure the majority of you use, they're fake. I don't, like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, people can be genuine, yes, on the app and whatnot and on YouTube, but it's just a show. It's just for entertainment. It's not like Jake Paul acts that way literally constantly with that loud attitude. I mean, yeah, he's loud, but in front of a camera, he's going to be a completely different person because he's putting on a show, and he knows that. Just like Pokemon is, and just like XQC, and just like all these other streamers. That's just how it is. It's all purely for entertainment. These people aren't the same away from the camera as they are in front of it. Just like you most likely are in front of a crowd. You're not going to be the same person. And that's just kind of how the world works. That's just kind of how people work. These people are most likely not going to ever meet you in real life either. Like, the chances of you meeting someone like this, like a celebrity or a live streamer, I mean, it's possible, yeah, but unless they both go out of their way, or you go out of their way to like find them, which is already creepy unless they've like announced a meet and greet kind of thing, like, the chances of you meeting them are pretty dang slim already. So don't try to weasel your way into their friend group or to a relationship with them if it's, someone of the opposite gender, through donating or just through a live stream. It's weird and creepy. And I know it's depressing, but it just really needs to be said. And I wanted to make a video about this just because it's interesting to me. The documentary is super interesting, so I think you should check it out. But this is just not a surefire way to lead a happy life. And if you are the kind of person that does that, I highly recommend, just taking a break. Maybe going away from live streaming for a bit. You need to be able to disconnect yourself from social media and reality, because as time goes on, social media is trying to bridge that gap between reality and just fiction, and you don't want those realities mixed. You want to be able to stay far enough away from social media so that you can disconnect when you need to, especially if you're trying to make YouTube videos or if you're trying to make TikTok videos. So just do yourself a favor and keep a wall up between them. Try and lead your own life and try and only use social media or YouTube and live streams and stuff like that as just an entertainment, as just like candy after dinner or something like that. Something as like a treat rather than a necessity to you. But that's all I really want to say about the topic. I didn't think I'd actually ramble on for this long, but if you want to follow me on TikTok, it's at Positive Pressure. I have a photo up on screen right now so that you can see it. I'll also have it linked in my bio, so if you want to go check it out, go ahead. Maybe follow, because I'm about to hit 100,000 followers, like I said, and that would be sweet. But until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.
I've been holding all I own. I've been clutching over.